Yeah, wake up and I hit the match, yeah. BDJJA.
My name is Chris Peterson. My primary instructors last couple of years has been Professor J, Coach Cahill, and of course working out with the Calhoun family, and then wandering around being a nomad. I always preface this every time I teach is that I would not be on the mat for certain individuals in my life. One being Professor Wally J, Coach Cahill, and the Calhoun family and their affiliates. All those, especially Professor J, opened a lot of doors for me, and he introduced me to lots of different people, his friends. Because Professor J would go somewhere, he goes, "Hey Chris, you want to go? Okay, fine." And so I learned a lot by going to events or parties or whatever gatherings with him, because he introduced me to his friends. And the same thing applied to Coach Cahill. Both Professor J and Coach Cahill are very open with people, right? Once you walk through the door, you're family. Doesn't matter where you came from. They're very supportive of me. The same thing with the Calhoun family. Also very supportive of me. Open their arms to me. I have a good debt of gratitude toward those individuals, because without them, would not be here. Hawaii, I would not be on the mat, and my life would be a lot different. So people die twice. Once they physically die, and the second time when you stop talking about them, right? So it's very important to talk about your elders, right? Because as long as you talk about your elders, they're still alive, right? They're still here, okay? So always remember that, right? There are people in the world who don't know who Professor Wally J is. Some people do not know who John Calhoun is. Some people don't know who Coach Cahill is. It's our responsibility and our job to let people know who those people are, right? Because without them, we would not be here. We stay on the shoulders of them. They went through the pain and suffering for us to be here, right? And so it's very important, because it's our job to advance their legacy onto whoever we touch, whoever we work out with, right? Our students, whatever. Because their name will be synonymous in the future. Also, it's very important to know where you came from, right? If you see an elder, they may not have the technical abilities to do stuff, but you can ask them questions. Listen to the stories. It's very important, because stories and philosophy can tell you a lot about the art, right? Because that tells you what they were thinking at the time they learned it, or when they're training. It's very important. And that way you can convey that information to your students or your family or whoever's interested in listening to you. Because the thing is that once the stories stop, it's all gone. And a lot of our elders have passed away or no longer active. And so we don't know what those stories are. And then pretty soon only one person had that voice. They would tell me their story, right? They were very open about that, And that's what you want to do. You want to be open to people, listen to what they have to say, right? Because it's part of history, right? In regards to the Okazaki system, the generations from Okazaki is getting far, far, far away. Right? And so it's important to know and get the stories from the people who, either the first generation, now it's the second generation and third generation, to know how Okazaki taught and what he taught and why he taught it is very important. Right? So I always like to preface this, because I think it's that martial arts is not virtually physical, but it's also intellectual, history, right? I talk to some people and I ask them what their roots are. They go, "I don't know. I learned from that person." Hey, well, what about the person behind them? I don't know. Right? You always have to know where you came from to know where you're going. Right? And that was always prefaced by Professor J, and also to the Calhoun family. And also one of the benefits of Coach Cahill is that with him is that he would bring people in to teach, and you learn from them, right? So it's always important to sometimes go outside your circle, or your box, right, and learn from people, right? Professor J was a big proponent of that. So is Coach Cahill, and so is the Calhoun family. Very big proponents of that. Go outside your box. You learn something, because you may see it done differently, and you say, "Oh, yeah, now I understand it," right? It's based on movement or philosophy or whatever it is. Oh, now I get it, right? So that's.
And just in case you forget, it's BDJJ all day. Yup.